When we look today, it's a different ball game, okay? Because actually as a seller, our main thing is, to create a difference, okay? This is the first thing. We have to create difference, we have to create value, and we have to create demand from social media or digital marketing. It doesn't matter which culture, which country you are in, you have to learn how to sell over the phone, okay? This is the one of the most important now sales tool in the world. You have to lose to win. You have to accept rejection. You have to accept losing. You have to accept sometimes your price will be higher than your competition, okay? But this doesn't affect your results because your result is a mathematics. The more people you approach, more sales you have. Selling is about more losing than winning. So not everybody likes that, okay?
Tash Özdeş një kompani të jashtëzakonshme në Turqi, edhe është trajner shumë I kërkuar në Turqi. Hello, trainer, my friend.
I have read 1,500 books in the last 20 years. So that means, if you didn't start personal development today, it's not too late. So let me start my presentation. It will be a 40 minutes presentation. So some of slides I will go fast, some of them I will go slow, but at the end you will learn what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's start. Okay, when we look selling, okay, in the past, that means 1980s up to 2000. Okay, actually selling was just charisma, getting the order, telling how great your product was, and explaining the features, and services and solutions about your product. Okay, it was a one-way street. Okay, when we look today, it's a different ball game. Okay, because actually as a seller, our main thing is to create a difference. Okay, this is the first thing. We have to create difference. We have to create value. And we have to create demand from social media or digital marketing, okay? So actually, the salesmanship changed a lot from the past because now we have to be also an expert in social selling, okay? Because of the, COVID-19, we have less chance to visit customers. So we depend on two things: telephone, which I like a lot. I started, telephone selling when I was 18 years old in America. So still, and everybody has to go back and to learn how to sell over the phone. Okay, this is very important. It doesn't matter which culture, which country you are in, you have to learn how to sell over the phone. Okay, this is the one of the most important now sales tool in the world, telephone. Secondly, to meet customers, not to face to face, you have to meet them via social media. Okay, so in Turkey, the way I met Dennis as well, LinkedIn is the very effective. So, when I started LinkedIn, I didn't use LinkedIn until 2020. Okay, I had some friends, but I didn't even look at it. Okay, it was not interesting for me. But after the COVID-19, it becomes a major tool for me to sell and meet people. Now I have 18,000 people following me. Okay, when I started, it was 7,000. Today I have 18,000 and I'm getting 1,000 followers every month. Okay. Second thing I use is YouTube. I opened my YouTube channel end of 2020 now, and I'm also getting a lot of business through YouTube. Now I have 9,000 active followers and about 1 million view of my videos. I have 480 videos, but all in Turkish, sorry. In one day it will be in English, but I will put this. It will be my first English Dennis presentation. I will put this presentation, okay, with your company, on my YouTube channel. So it will be our first English speaking presentation. Okay, selling. There is no failure in selling. Okay, this is very important. There is no failing in selling. The reason why, because selling is a mathematics. So that means, you see numbers here, okay, interesting. You say, what's 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 means? It's very simple. When you approach 10 people, okay, 5 people gives you appointments or Zoom meetings, whatever, or Teams, and four of them comes to the meeting, okay? And you know, some people don't come meeting, they give you appointment, but they don't show up. Okay, you give 3 of them offer, 2 of them accept to negotiate, and you sell 1 person. That means you approach 10, but sell 1. What does it mean? It means very simple thing. If you need 2 customers, you have to, you know, approach 20 customers. So at the end, actually, you are losing 9 customers to each 1. Okay, so this is the very important perception all salespeople should know. You will have always more failures than win. Okay, in selling, you have to lose to win. You have to accept rejection. You have to accept losing. You have to, you know, you have to accept sometimes your price will be higher than your competition. Okay, but this doesn't affect your results because your result is a mathematics. The more people you approach, more sales you have. So, okay, so this is very important. Okay, you have to learn. Okay, so this is the latest, actually, research, okay, made by Dave Curlin, okay, which I think you should follow. Dave Curlin is a very, you know, he's doing self-assessment for salespeople. Okay, these are 21 competency you should have to be salesman. Okay, so this is, some of them you can learn, some of them you can't learn. Okay, so I always tell them, if you don't have DNA, sales DNA, you shouldn't be in sales business. Okay, because sales business, it can be a hunter or a farmer. Hunter means you have to find new customers, and farmer means you have to, you know, develop and business develop on the customers you already have. Okay, so these are 2 different things. So not everybody can be a hunter. Okay, so don't feel bad that you can hunt, you can go after new people, you can find new prospects. Okay, this is different. Okay, this is about your DNA. That's why not everybody can be a salesman. Okay, to be a salesman, you have to have the right DNA. Okay, which I will explain. So, okay, those things to be successful can be learnable. Okay, but you have to have the right attitude, and you have to take responsibility, and you have to approach, you have to have the right motivation. Okay, so that means if you want to be successful, you have to have targets, you have to learn from your mistakes, and you have to always a positive mindset. Okay, because as I said, selling is about more losing than winning. So not everybody likes that. Okay, the second thing is sales DNA, which, you know, it comes from your birth until you are 6 years old. Okay, this is about your birth, and after you learn your parents until you are 6, which is a subconscious mind. Okay, this cannot be learned. You have it or you don't have it. If you don't have it, you have to do different kind of selling, or you have to quit selling. Okay, that means, I mean, if you need approval, okay, I mean appreciation, people like you, people love you. Okay, this is not in the sales business. Okay, there is not in the sales business. Second means, I mean, you need always support from other people. Okay, to, you know, to follow your leads, you know, to close your leads. Okay, also this is not good. I mean, you have to be on your own. Of course, you can take some help, but you have to, you know, take all the responsibility. Talking about the money, okay, this is also come from the childhood. Some people cannot, you know, negotiate. Some people cannot collect their money, the invoice, because they don't like talking about the money, because money is bad. Their mother or father told them money is bad. Okay, too much money is bad. Rich people are bad. Poor people are good. Okay, so it's all about the money. Okay, so you have to learn talking about the money, which is very part of the business. About emotional intelligence, okay, very important. How you control, first, how you are aware of your emotions. I mean, good feelings or bad feelings. And if you don't have the right feelings, I mean, if you are angry, you know, and if you can, and if you are very anxious, you cannot control your emotions. This is also bad, because in front of the customers, sometimes you have to be silent. Sometimes you have to, you know, listening. Sometimes, when you negotiate, you shouldn't drop the price immediately. So those things all about control of your emotion. Okay, it's like a car. Okay, you drive a car, but if you control the car drives itself. So it's important that you control the car. Otherwise, you crash. Another important is the beliefs. Okay, which I believe is the most important thing in selling. Beliefs. Beliefs means, okay, you have good, you have supportive beliefs or negative beliefs. Belief means like you can say, okay, it doesn't matter how many people I see or visit or call, my sales result will never change. Okay, this is like a very negative belief. And if you have this belief, of course, what you do, you don't call many people. Okay, you don't feel confident, and you avoid calling, you avoid follow-up. Okay, you give an offer, but you don't follow up. Okay, my biggest talent is follow-up, because I know after 6 rejections or after 8 calls, I win. Okay, and most salespeople give up after 2, maximum 4. They don't continue. Okay, they don't feel good, they don't feel comfortable, they feel rejected, so they give up. That's why they lose. I mean, because one more call or one more follow-up will end with a positive sales. And the last one is rejection proof. Okay, rejection is part of the game. It doesn't matter how many times you are rejected. It's important how many times you win. The next one is tactical. Okay, those are also learnable. One is hunting. The second is posturing. The second is consulting skills, qualifying skills, presentation skills, closing skills, and relationship building skills. Okay, those skills are learnable. Okay, through trainings, book reading. Okay, but as I said, hunting skills, even you learn, if you don't have the right DNA, you will not do it, or you will do it, but you will do it without feeling good. And that means you will not able to convince customers, because they will feel that you are scared or you are not comfortable with yourself and you don't trust yourself. And therefore, of course, they will feel that, and they will not prefer working with you. Postural skills, okay, is also important. How we approach customers, how you start conversation, how you ask questions, how you listen. One of the also very important skills today is qualifying skills. That means differentiating the right customers, the best fit, from the wrong customer. Okay, most salespeople spend their most of the time with the customers they will not buy, or they are not the best fit, or they don't have the budgets, or they don't understand the value you prefer. So that's why it's very important that you qualify who you will sell to. Okay, because if you don't have the right customer, it doesn't matter what you do. At the end, what you will do, you will sell at the lowest price with low profitability, or you will lose to competition. Okay, so it's very important that you qualify the right customers. Presentation skills become very important during the COVID-19, because now we have to do more presentation via technology, remote. Therefore, you have to know how to present, not to face via computer or via phone. Okay, so it's not easy if you don't have the right skills. Okay, you will not probably affect the customers, because it's much difficult. It's important, your voice, your tone. Okay, your voice of tone, your body language becomes more important. You cannot look to the eye of the customer, but still you can get connected via your body language, and your tone of voice becomes very important. Another skill is important is the relationship building. Okay, you can approach any customer, but how you keep it there. So you have to learn how that you don't lose the customers, how be connected, and how what you should do after you meet them. So it's a different expertise. And the last one is, the system. Today, when we look, everything becomes different. So companies who will be successful, able to have a seamless systems to connect people, process, and technology. So otherwise, they will lose their customers. So it's important now all customers invest in CRM, in digital marketing, automated sales process. So, it's very interesting. According to the latest research, made, typical salespeople spend 20% of their time in selling, and the rest other things. So you spend 1/4 of your time in selling, but the rest doing other things. Looking at your computer, reading emails, preparing offers, meetings, or wasting your time on social media. So it's very important that the salespeople spend more time with customers rather than on computers. Another one is you have to learn how to sell. Social media, you have to learn how to sell because you have to market yourself. And social selling comes before you ask for an appointment. So you have to be, you have to know social selling before you approach a customer, before you ask for an appointment. It's also another thing you have to learn. When we look today, everything looks the same. Any product you sell can be copied in 6 months. It doesn't matter which technology you have. So people, steal your technology or your solutions. So the only differentiation today is people. And the processes and the technology. So how you make yourself valuable in front of the customer. Those are things I prepared. You can use how you can keep the customer and differentiate from the competition. One is insight. You can share what you know about the market, about the products, about competition, and maybe offer generous ideas. Second one is if the customer already looked in the internet, Google it, and find some solution but cannot pick up the right solution, and then they need somebody like a consulting or a salespeople to make the right decision. And also sometimes they make wrong decision, so salespeople prevent them to make wrong decision. And sometimes the people you approach are not the final decision maker, but they have to impress or sell to their superiors. So you have to learn, you have to teach them how to sell the people who will make the last decision. Also, I believe every salespeople now should have a financial knowledge so they can verify return of investment or total cost of ownership. Those are two things you have to explain the customers. If they don't understand the value, and if they don't understand that what they do is not a cost, it's an investment. So especially when you sell very expensive machinery, or you are in real estate, or you are selling computers. It's important that the customer looks the products you sell not as a cost, it sees as a investment. So how we can influence the people? Those are things actually I developed through my 40 years sales career. It's about you. Selling is about you because you have to sell yourself. If you don't sell yourself, what you sell to customer, it's not, you cannot convince it. You have to first believe what you sell. Even you have 1% disbelief about what you sell, you don't trust your product, or you trust your product but you don't trust your company, or you trust your company but you don't trust your boss. So anything you have in your mind will affect your sales ability. The second is about regulate mood. I see some of you look your phones when you are listening to me. The camera is off. Because of technology, unfortunately, we are every day, getting too much information that we can actually. It's not possible to have all this information. Our brain is not developed to that, okay? Then at the end, you know, you get tired and your mood goes down, you don't feel good, okay? Your head is busy. So, okay, so that's why you have to sell when you are in a good mood, okay? So I always tell people, okay, you are not in a good mood, don't sell, okay? Take a day off, go home, okay? Do something you like, okay? You don't have to sell every day. I see flummer face, they're smiling, okay? They say, oh, how can I go home? Okay, you can go home, okay? I will be your boss, I will say, okay, go home and enjoy yourself. Okay, come the next day. Okay, this is it. I mean, we are humans and we are not machines. And also very important, which standards you have, okay? When you sell something expensive, let's say you are selling jewelry, okay? But your salary is about $2,000 a month, okay? 3,000 or 3,000 euro, okay? Very low. But you sell a diamond to a customer, okay? And it costs, let's say, 20,000 euros, okay? But your salary is 2,000 euros. It's very difficult to convince yourself to sell something so much money you never see in your life, okay? So that's why I recommend salespeople who are selling very expensive things, which they don't have so much money. They have to increase their lifestyle. They have to go places where rich people eat, drink coffee. Sometimes you have to take expensive vacations. So you have to feel rich. You have to feel how rich people feel. Okay, so it's very important when you're selling expensive. You have to feel rich. You have to be rich. Okay, so when you talk to them, you don't feel, you know, low. Okay, you don't feel inferior. You don't feel bad. Okay, because you think this guy is rich. They have the power. They are much, you know, higher position than you are, and you are a guy, poor guy, gets 2,000, 3,000 euros a month, and rarely spends any money, you know, just rent, food, things like that. So you don't even survive, you know. This is the problem when you sell very expensive things. The last thing, you know, is focusing. You have to learn, okay? Where you focus, the customer focus. If you focus price in your head, even you don't tell it, the customer focus on price. If you focus on value, the customer focus on value, okay? So whatever you think, whatever you feel, the customer feels and thinks the same way. So, okay, if you change your thinking, your feeling, the customer will change too.